Here's how to get started with product research for FBMFox. First, go to FBMFox and log in. On the left, click sellers. When you start, this is going to be blank. The goal of today is to add 10 sellers to this list. These are sellers that when you click one, for example, I'll click this guy, it'll simply take you to their store so you can be constantly updated with whatever they have, their sales, and whatever they're selling. You can think of these as your treasure chests. You can open one, and from there, you can simply start copying the items that they're selling and moving them over and selling them onto Facebook. So first, we're going to open a new tab and we're going to go to Google. From here, we're going to go to a supplier site. Something very simple is going to be Home Depot. From here, I can simply click Home Depot. A few easy places to look are the specials and offers section right here. You can click that and then you can start clicking shop now here, or you can hover your mouse over it and you can click the new lower price item or the special buy. The new lower price are newer items that they've recently marked down, so there's sales on them, so it's easier to make a profit on those items. Generally, when we look for items on supplier sites, we want to look for home goods and home improvement items, things that are usually under $100 or under $200. So that way there's still possibility for margin for you to make money. And at the same time, you want them to be products that are going to be more on the simple side. For example, you don't want to be selling chemicals or a laundry machine or a toilet, things that are heavier and bigger like that, or things that customers may have issues with or questions about. You'll want to avoid those products, because if a customer buys from you and then you drop ship to them and now they have questions, all of a sudden they're going to be asking you, and then you have to go and call Home Depot, and that's not a good way to spend your time. So now we're going to look for simple items. Something really easy to look for is a table fan. I own one of these. These are great items to sell because they're very simple and they're cheap. So let's click this one. This is by a famous brand called Hampton Bay, and luckily you can resell their items without worry of IP. We can see this is selling for $20 on here. If I go and I copy the model number, I may be able to find it cheaper online. So this is $20 right here. Let's just type in this right here and see what comes up. And we can see there's similar stuff, but the exact thing that we're looking for is this one right here for $20. And sometimes you might see something really, really similar. Like this one on Amazon is selling for $32. So let's click that, see what it looks like. So this is from Honeywell itself. So if we look at Honeywell, we can look at, these are all just very, very similar. So just in case, let's take this and see how much it's selling for elsewhere. So I see that right here, this is selling for $17 on Walmart. That's for the 10.91 inch. Let's make sure it's the same thing. So this looks pretty similar. They don't give you the actual size, they tell you dimensions, but it doesn't say the same thing. That's fine though. This is HPF. So if we type in model number, it says HT900. And then if we go to this Walmart one, let's type in model. See if it tells us the model number. This is the model number right here. We can go and we can type in the model number. I can see on Amazon, the same item is selling for $41. So now we have this item, which is $16, which is selling for $31 on Amazon. Also $43 on Amazon for another similar version. It might even be the same thing. And we can simply go to eBay now. We can look for the model number from here. And we can put it into here. And I can go scroll down, search for sold and completed items. I don't see the exact same item, so instead I'm just going to copy the name and put it into here. I can see, let's make sure that they're sold items. So this is 18, 18, 18. This one's 25. So generally, when we're reselling items, dropshippers are going to look for a markup of 1.2 at a minimum. So the easiest way to do that is to take this price of 17 and do times 1.2, and so it's 20.4. So let's just put $20 as the minimum price right here. and click this arrow. And now we can see that this is likely a drop shipper. This is likely a drop shipper. This is most definitely a drop shipper. This is likely a drop shipper because it's the same item, just different color. So is this, so is this, so is this. So it looks like this is a common drop shipping item. So now the easiest thing to do from here is this is a seller, this is a seller, and that's a seller. Generally, if a seller has more than 10,000 sales, it means they're probably not a drop shipper and instead a actual company. And you don't want to copy from them because it means that those are items that are likely not being drop shipped and you don't want to try to compete with a company that's selling at their normal prices. This guy only has 2 sales. So that means he's likely a very new drop shipper. We can still click this item, see who he is. This guy is likely a very successful drop shipper, 7,300 ratings right here. This guy has 20 ratings, so he's likely fairly new. This guy has 77. So now we just scroll down. We've opened up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sellers. So let's just do 2 more. So this guy has 109 ratings. I like that. This guy has 276 ratings. I like that as well. From here, we just click this seller. We can scroll through, and it looks like based on their items, it's possible that they're a drop shipper. We can simply click one of the items that they're selling. We click view all details. Look at that. He sold 33 of these. An easy way to check is if we copy this and then open it into a new tab, I can see that this right here is selling for $9 from Walmart. I just found an item that I can resell that he's reselling for $17, basically almost doubling his money on this, which is pretty cool. To save this seller, I'm just going to save the seller right here like this. You can even put a note there. I found the cheapest price for this. If I click this here, Amazon is $9 and Walmart is $9. Let's see, let's make sure it's the same size, 1.7. This looks like it's a different color. I'm not certain that that's the exact same thing. Let's just make sure this color blue, just make sure it looks like the same item. So that's this one right here. So it looks like he's getting it from Amazon, which is really good. So I'm just going to put Amazon right here and then Amazon supplier you can even put. And then I can do save seller. And now I just save that seller. An easy way to check is this guy's name is Market 420. So if I go to FBMFox and I go to login and then I go to sellers and I click right here, I can see at the top is Market 420. And if I just click this, it takes me to his selling page with all the products that he's listing. Now I can X out this and I can do the same thing with the next sellers. So this guy right here, he only has 2 ratings. I can see he has 100% positive feedback. I can look at the items that he's reselling. This guy is definitely a drop shipper, and I can simply save this seller and I can move on to the next one. I can look at this guy right here. This guy has a lot of ratings, so he likely has a lot of sales. I can look through, and let's say I just want to confirm whether this guy is a drop shipper or not. So I can just choose a random item, this Johnson's baby shampoo, view all details. I can see he sold 3 of these and he has 1 left. So if I click this, copy it, open it into a new tab, I can see right here, Amazon is selling it for $9. That's 25.4 ounces. Let's make sure it's the same one. So this is 33.8 ounces. Let's make sure that we find the same one. So this is 24. Let's remove these. Here's 33.8. So it's likely that he's actually getting this from BJ's Wholesale Club, Sam's Club. That's 33.8. Here's Walmart, but they're selling it for a lot higher. If we click this, it says $24. So it's likely that he's getting it for cheaper from a place like Sam's Club or somewhere else. If we click a different item, let's go back to the seller. Let's say I click this one right here, shampoo. He sold 1 of them. It's listed for $27. Let's open this into a new tab. Here's 40 ounces, $31 at Walmart. He's listing it for 27, so it's possible that he's getting it cheaper somewhere else. Just make sure you're looking for the same size. So he's listing for 27. Instacart's listing for $20, which means they're getting it from somewhere, possibly Publix, because it's listed for $20 right here. Sam's Club has it listed for 17. So it looks like he's likely getting it from Sam's Club. So if I go back to this seller, I can save the seller. I don't have to put a note. I can just save him. Let's try just one more, just in case. Maybe we can find something simpler. Choose a random page. Let's click this right here. View all details. He sold 15 of these at a price of $10. So let's open this up into a new tab. I can see right here, Walmart is selling for $7. Let's make sure we have the right size. 26 ounces. Yeah, 26 ounces. Walmart selling for $7 here. So it looks like that's where he's getting it from. And he's selling it for 10, which makes sense. To confirm that you have a seller added, you can just look right here where it says delete seller, which is an easy way to remove them if you don't want them anymore. And we can move on and we can save the rest of these sellers. So save seller, save seller. If you get a page like this where the page is closed, you can just click this right here to go to the seller's page. It looks like everything's closed. If I click seller's other items for this guy, everything's closed, so we can just move on. I can save this seller, save that seller, save this seller. Now, if I go back to FBMFox and I refresh the page, now I have 2 full pages worth of sellers because I added lots of people. And if you look at the tab, that's where you added notes. So if you added notes, they'll be here. And if you didn't, it'll just look empty like that. And you can click a random one and it'll take you to their page and you can see everything they're selling. And that's how you add sellers to your seller list.